Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to this Wednesday's 10 Things You Don't Do. So, I'm going to be using my phone so that we can stay on track because we have our list here. So, thing number one would be don't pile your makeup on, especially in the summertime, because then you get what I like to call cake face. And it's just not very attractive. And I'm not just like talking out of my booty here because
You gotta like your face is melting off or something.
yeah, and it's like I mean, honestly, I've dealt with that before because I do wear makeup from time to time, and I've dealt with that where you wear makeup and then you have on a little bit too much, and as the day goes on, it looks like somebody smeared icing on your face, and it's just not attractive.
I wouldn't know because I don't wear makeup, so.
But you've seen it, like
Yeah,
you've
that's
seen
why.
people, especially in the summertime, who have a whole lot of makeup on their face. They start sweating, all kinds of stuff happen, and it just starts blotching.
Yeah, that's why I asked. It's kind of like your face is melting off.
All right, so thing number two.
Is don't air your dirty laundry. Like people around where I live, they like to go outside and argue and yell and scream on the phone, and like it's like, what's the point? Like, why do you want the whole neighborhood to know that your home is unhappy?
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. Or it's not even just people going outside to have arguments, because I know people do that too. But it's about if you are having a disagreement with your loved one or your mom and you're in Walmart, don't start yelling in the middle of the hallway.
Or even on the internet, like posting all of your
Yeah.
business on the internet about how.
Your Facebook status doesn't need to be about how your boyfriend is always cheating on you. And,
Right.
you just don't want everybody to know your business.
Right.
All right, so thing number three is don't be gullible. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Don't let people tell you anything and you just believe it. I mean, I know you hate to believe that they would lie to you, but I mean, use your common sense. Like, some stuff just doesn't make sense, and you shouldn't believe it. All right, so thing number four.
Thing number 4 is don't try to be like your friends, or don't try to make your friends be like you.
Yeah,
It's like you're all born as an individual, so like you're supposed to be unique. Like, be yourself. Like, there's no point in trying to be somebody else. Just be who you are. Wouldn't you rather be loved for who you are than loved for someone that you're not?
yeah, like, and then another thing is, really, if you and all your friends were alike, you probably wouldn't even like each other. So it's
Yeah.
like, don't try to be exactly like your friends. Like, be yourself, because of course y'all have stuff in common, because otherwise y'all wouldn't really be friends. But you're not gonna be exactly like your friend, and your friend is not gonna be exactly like you. It's okay if you have disagreements. It's okay if they like something that you don't like, or vice versa. Don't try to duplicate other people. It's just not gonna work. Okay, so thing number five is don't go out in public looking a hot mess. And what we mean by a hot mess, we want to be very specific, because everybody has their own style. Like, you're not gonna like what everybody else is wearing or what they do with their hair, and everybody's not gonna like what you're wearing or what you're doing with your hair. What we mean by a hot mess is do not wear your clothes too small, because even if you're skinny, wearing your clothes too small is not flattering on your body.
And don't go out in public with your hair all over your head.
Okay, don't say that, because I do that all the time, like right now.
No, I don't mean, like, for instance, when we were in Dollar General that day, that girl that we saw with that ponytail, and her tracks were showing.
Okay, so I understand that a lot of people wear weave, and there's nothing wrong with weave, but there's a certain way that weave is supposed to be worn, and I believe that the tracks are supposed to be hidden. Like, that's just my belief on on the subject. But yeah, her tracks were showing, and so that is kind of a technical difficulty that she was having with her hair. But all I'm saying is, one thing that I hate is when I see people and their clothes are too small. That's just like my main thing. Honestly, I don't care what you wear or like what you look like, but I mean, at least let it fit. Let your clothes fit. Don't have, I mean, just seriously, if you wearing a shirt, we'll be specific. If you're wearing a shirt, let's say, for lack of better words, your shirt says sun, S-U-N. Your shirt says sun going across your chest, and you have large boobs. You need to make sure that your shirt fits, because if your shirt's too small, the S is gonna be over here, and the U is gonna be over here. So that is what I mean. Like, don't wear your clothes too small. Don't have your stomach hanging out of the bottom of your shirt. Just little stuff like that. It's not very
It's all unattractive.
right. I have to unlock my phone. It locked up. Okay, so thing number six
Thing number 6, don't use pickup lines.
Please don't. This goes for males and females. I've never heard a female use a pickup line,
But it's so lame.
but pickup lines don't work. Like, okay, don't use pickup lines.
Be original.
Right.
Like,
It's just, I mean, it's it's not a it's kind of corny. Like, I don't know, I just don't like pickup lines. If a guy wants to talk to me, I want you to come up to me and start a conversation.
right.
Like,
Right.
be polite
Intellectual.
and have conversation, because if you I talk a lot. I am a talkative person. So if you can't have conversation, if everything you say is one sentence and it's probably something that you read somewhere, then like
It's
we're not gonna get along.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
That's
Like,
just like, don't walk up to a girl and be like, I don't know. I consider a pickup line if a girl, because every guy says this. I've not met one guy that does not say this. I consider this a pickup line. If you walk up to a girl and ask her if she has a boyfriend and she says yeah, and then you say, oh, well, can we be friends? That's a pickup line, because every guy uses that. And no, you don't want to just be her friend, and every girl should know that.
yeah,
Like,
you just trying to take her boyfriend's place. You think you can take his place. That's
you
all.
think that when her boyfriend fall on hard times, you're gonna be the one that's there for her, and then she's gonna leave him for you.
Right.
And no, it doesn't work that way, because they're gonna make it through hard times, and they're gonna be together,
And you're gonna be sitting there looking all sad.
and you're just gonna be in a friend zone for the
You're
rest of your life.
You're gonna be sitting there looking stupid.
Okay, so anyways, thing number 7 is don't be a doormat, meaning don't let people walk all over you and take advantage of you and stuff like that. So
It's like, okay, if somebody does do that to you, you're supposed to forgive them, but that doesn't mean that you have to keep subjecting yourself to it. Like, if they do it to you one time, then you can say, okay, I forgive you, but you just don't talk to that person anymore. Like, that's basically how it is.
I think a good example would be if you have that friend that's always borrowing things from you and never gives your stuff back. They're taking advantage of you. Like, tell them to go buy their own crap. Like, tell them to stop trying to take your stuff and go buy their own, because they're taking advantage of you. If every time they borrow your nail polish, or every time they borrow a shirt or something and you never see it again, like, they didn't borrow it, they stole it. Like, and you just got robbed. Like, that's what happened. And they just took advantage of you, and that's not.
And then they have the nerve to, like, wear it in front of you and claim that they never got it from you and that it's theirs or something.
The worst part is when, okay, let's say you go to the mall together or something, and they're wearing something that you let them borrow like a month ago, and you're like, hey, weren't you supposed to give that back? And they're like, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm gonna give it back after I wash it.
Well,
And
you
then
see,
you still never see it again.
With your mom, she takes my clothes all the time and has the nerve to just wear them in front of me like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or I don't know, I just feel like, don't let people take advantage of you. And it's not just people borrowing your stuff, it's all kinds of stuff. Like, people do all kinds of stuff to take advantage of other people, and if you're too nice, then they'll get away with it. And I'm not saying be mean, but stand up for yourself. Okay, so thing number 8.
Thing number 8, don't complain about stuff if you're not going to try to fix it. And I think that that's a very good point, because, like, I mean, I'll admit I do that too, but it's like, still, I'm learning that it's like, it's really no point in complaining about stuff if you're not going to try to fix it, because it's like, why are you complaining about it if you're not going to do anything about it? You're just going to sit there and just let it happen. Like, if you want something to change, then and ain't nobody going to get out there and do it for you. You have to get out there and do it yourself.
I think really the reason why I like this as a part of the 10 things you don't do is because a lot of people will come to you, like your friends. Like, your friend will come to you and they're like, oh, boo-hoo, my boyfriend Johnny is always disrespecting me. So then you say, well, either tell him that he either needs to respect you or he's not going to have you anymore. But then she's like, no, I don't want to tell him that because he'll break up with me. And it's like, why do you want to be with him if he's disrespectful?
Exactly. If
But
he's
then
not going
look,
to change, then you just need to find somebody else, because it's not worth it.
But then my main thing is, so your friend gave you advice, you don't want to take it. That's fine. You don't have to take people's advice. But then next week you come back and go, boo-hoo, my boyfriend Johnny is still disrespecting me. Like, stop complaining about it, because you obviously like being disrespected, because every time somebody tries to tell you what you have to do about your boyfriend Johnny, you don't do it. Or like, another thing would be, okay, for instance, people who don't have jobs, who complain about not having a job, but then they don't ever want to go look for a job. Don't come to me, because I actually have had this happen a lot of times. When I was just turning 16 and finally old enough to work and everything, and of course me and all my friends wanted jobs, so everybody's always walking around, oh, I need money, I need this, I want to go shopping, I need a job, my mommy won't give me any more money, like, so it's like, you're like, okay, well, so and so is hiring. Well, no, they don't want to go get a job there, they don't want to fill out applications, and they claim that nobody's hiring, but they refuse to go fill out applications, so that's their fault. So stop telling me that you need a job if every time I tell you, hey, my job is hiring, and you don't want to fill out an application. You don't need a job that bad, obviously. It's just, that's really it. I wanna cut that off on that end. Okay, so number 9.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it till you try it. So basically, I put that one in there because I know a lot of people are really judgmental about what other people choose to do. And I feel like a lot of activities are, you have to have an acquired taste for it. It has to be something that you really like to do, or you have to get really into it. And I feel like, okay, if you see somebody doing something, like for instance, I'm not gonna bungee jump. I would never in my life bungee jump until I'm just ready to die.
But you see,
Like,
I would.
like, so it's like she would. Okay, so if I see somebody and they've been bungee jumping, see, I've never been bungee jumping, but I'm scared. That's why I wouldn't do it. But I'm not gonna go tell this person that they shouldn't bungee jump. I'm not gonna tell them, oh, you're stupid for bungee jumping, because I'm scared that I'm gonna be splattered on the ground. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be splattered on the ground. So I feel like I'm not gonna judge them for what they do just because I'm scared to do it. Like, don't knock it till you try it. If you've never tried it, then you don't have the right to tell other people that they shouldn't do it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so that was number 9. So last but not least, don't brag on your man or your woman sexually. And actually, my aunt told me this. Your mom told me this. When you have friends, you got sisters, you got cousins, whatnot. So I'm a girl, so this is my cousin. Okay, I have sisters and I have female friends. I would never start bragging about my boyfriend's sexual abilities to my, obviously not my little cousin, but I wouldn't to my friends either, and I wouldn't to my older sister either, because it's like, yeah, I trust them, like they'll probably meet my boyfriend, but I'm not gonna, that's just something that, that's something that stays behind closed doors. That's something where if you tell that to the wrong person, they might try to hit on your boyfriend or
right,
on
like
your girlfriend.
Because they want to try it out. They want to see for themselves.
Yeah, like you telling them how great it is, and then they're going to want to see for themselves, and then you're going to be like, you were supposed to be my friend. No, she was your friend, but obviously it is not. She
can't control her sexual needs.
Obviously it is not. Wait, you can't say bros over hoes for that one. Obviously it is not chicks over dicks. But seriously, and that goes the same thing for guys. Like, if you really love your girlfriend and whatnot, don't be bragging on her to your little guy friends, because you might just end up putting her in a situation where they're trying to disrespect her, and the next thing you know, you have to defend her honor because you put her in that situation. So that is our 10 things you don't do for this Wednesday. So thanks for watching. And I want to give a shout out to Miss Brianna Hill. So I did take your comment into consideration, and we did not curse in this video, just for you.
Even though I don't know you, hello.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next Wednesday we will come back with another 10 things you don't do every Wednesday. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.